Would you dare to fly this airline? Well, I did. After having been on probably way more than 100 flights in my life, this one was one of the uncomfortable ones. I have feared for my life before, after suddenly cabin pressure was lost over the Turkish-Syrian border, after being unable to land after almost 2 hours of circling over the mountainous jungle of Colombia, and also when the engines of our 40-year-old Iran Air Airbus A300 started producing heavy smoke. This video was intended to be a review of the Spanish low-cost airline Air Europa, an airline that, apart from some smaller incidents, never had any major crash. And, spoiler alert, I am still alive. I don't want to be sensationalistic and tell you that there was any real danger for the passengers on this flight. Nevertheless, it was extremely uncomfortable for anyone involved. So I would like to share this experience with you and get to know what you think about it. Thank you so much for joining today, and let's jump straight in. Today's flight will depart from the coastal city of Valencia and head over to Spain's capital of 3 million inhabitants, Madrid. After selecting the flight for less than €40, I suddenly got a total of around €3,000, which seemed to be just a bit excessive for a domestic economy flight on a budget airline. So I decided to leave Air Europa website and head over to SkyScanner, which usually tends to have the best deals online. By the way, if you also want to save massively on your next booking, head over to SkyScanner through my affiliate link in the description. While there will be no extra cost for you, you will be supporting this channel. Anyways, I booked a flight and was looking forward to fly on board Air Europa. While it was not my first time flying Air Europa, it has been the first time for me trying their domestic service and my first Air Europa review. The last time with them wasn't particularly great, mostly due to their crappy website, on which you end up paying for extra services and end up not getting them. Nevertheless, I've decided to give them another chance and start my solo trip to Madrid. Valencia Airport is rather small and I head through security control in less than 5 minutes. Since I still have some time to kill, I spent some time at Sala Juan Olivet Lounge, which was packed on the ground floor but eerily empty on the floor above. Apart from this lounge, there isn't actually much to do at this airport. Also, if you are a smoker, please consider that Spain banned all indoor smoking at airports, so there are no smoking areas anymore after you clear security. Finally, it's boarding time and the doors open almost on time. The cabin crew at the entrance is busy chit-chatting and not really minding the entering passengers. That's quite a contrast to the staff in the aisle, which greets guests with a warm smile. Even though I can already read letters and numbers all by myself, I'm proactively escorted to my seat 29F. It might be the fact that today's flight is less than 50% full, but I don't remember Air Europa's crew being so helpful. I'll give you a comprehensive seat tour once we are airborne. In the meantime, I'm squeezed between the window and some big Portuguese businessmen. He is one of these individuals who have a creative approach on how to behave in public. And by that I mean shouting at his phone, acting like a jerk to the staff and smelling funny. His continuous super loud attempt of what is probably trying to snorting the coke residues in his nostrils completes his appearance. Now, knowing that the flight has humbled him gives me some peace. Anyway, our beautiful 737-800 heads over to the runway and takes off into the dark. My seat neighbor moved one seat over and I'm getting ready to show you my seat. Just shortly after takeoff, heavy turbulence sets in and I get flashbacks to my Oman Air emergency descent, which I believe gave me PTSD or some shit. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one, but I somehow feel that turbulences on the Boeing 737 hit differently, especially if you are in the back of the plane. The blue light somehow has a calming effect on me and I try to not get travel sick and instead embark on a spiritual journey to find my inner center. Finally, the ride calms me down a bit and the seatbelt signs are eventually being turned off. I have a look at the menu before I feel like the plane hits a wall, before falling into a deep hole and the seatbelt sign is turned on again immediately. The flight deck is informing us of what I already suspect. Today's weather isn't the best. Even recording content gets quite difficult, not just because it's shaking so heavily, but also because I just want to close my eyes. I proactively search for a seat bag in the seat pocket in front of me, of which obviously there is none. Still, I try to show you my seat. The leather seat makes the cabin look a bit old, but the futuristic design of the ceiling still somehow reminds me of a spaceship. There are individual air vents, reclinable seat, and a seat pocket without seat bags. As we are about to land, the worst part of the flight is still to come. The weather is pretty bad and we can feel that a lot. The attitude of the business truck has changed dramatically and reminds me of a scared 5-year-old boy who lost his mommy at the supermarket. But I'm sure that I haven't been looking any better, as I hold to my seat as if it was my life raft in the middle of the ocean. Between the silence and the occasional screams of scared passengers, only one person on board seems to enjoy the ride. A baby sitting a few rows before me can barely contain itself from laughing out of. Eventually, however, as you can feel that plane fighting against the strong winds, the laughter turns into crying. From here on, I wasn't able to film anymore as I was busy trying not to vomit.
A Madrid les informamos que hemos llegado antes de la hora programada. Sigan haciendo uso del cinturón de seguridad hasta que la señal luminosa del cinturón se apague. Tengan precaución con los compartimentos superiores, siempre el equipaje de mano puede haber sido incorrecto.
When we touched down, I realized that I am drenched in cold sweat. At this point, everyone just wanted to leave the plane. However, this will not be the case. The taxi to our parking position is quite far, and as we arrived, there is no getting off. The reason: there are no stairs available. We wait quite a while before we finally set free. Thank you so much for watching. Click here to see my Turkish Airlines business class experience and see you soon.